Metro 360 News in the building. Happy Monday morning to you, Monday afternoon to you, or Monday evening, depending on which time of the day you receive this message. My name is Mindbender, aka John Mack, and I am the host of A New Day. Well, we got this Joker special ed. Yes, special ed on Drink Champs. I guess I'll let him stick his own foot in his mouth.
NWA brought the age of destruction.
Damn. Jesus Christ.
NWA brought the age of destruction to our children and our culture.
Wow.
Period. Hey, I respect all of them as men, but as the art form, and you want me to speak on the art form, I'm gonna tell you what it is. That's where it started.
Wow.
That's where the agenda started, and that's where the destruction began.
So let me get this correct. NWA single-handedly brought the destruction to our children by way of cultural means. Special ed, you sound like an absolute fucking biased ass East Coast retard, bro. But you know, my grandmother once told me, zebras don't change their stripes. Here we are, 30 years later, and the East Coast MCs who belly flopped on a fucking head are still crying and complaining as if NWA made gangsta rap up. I mean, you'd have to skip over Too Short and Ice-T first, well before getting to NWA, but let me go one further. You'd have to skip over Schoolie D and Boogie Down Productions, well before you got to NWA. But this fucking idiot doesn't understand that. You see, I'm sure, there's gonna be a few Caribbean niggas get online today and give this fucking bum a pass and shit. But I'm gonna take you through a little timeline, special ed, since you forgot who you were. You see, special ed was touted to be, at the time, the next NBA Youngboy or something. In 87, whatever time he came out. They talked about him on every rap magazine, especially because they were all East Coast publications anyways, by the way. And all the rave was about special fucking ed. Now, I might add you, at the time, we already had a rapper named Kwame, okay, who was fucking dope. And special ed wanted to have that same style, but be a little bit cooler because, he was a coolie nigga with curly hair and shit. But his album was fucking terrible. So yeah, I Got It Made was his first single, debuted at gold or some shit. While the West Coast was going platinum, this nigga was going gold, although he was touted to be the next hero. You understand where I'm going with this? Because that polka dot flow was terrible, nigga. Nobody gave a fuck about it. And I'm gonna tell you what, I have respect for special ed, man, because on his third opus, this be his fourth album, yo. His fourth album, yo. On his third album and shit. He came up with an album called Renegade, I think it was called. And man, bro, when I tell you, he had some bars on this shit was dope. But let me tell you the irony of this funny bunny nigga. When he came up with that album, it was like 1994, 95. He tried to come with this whole gangster shit when he was coming off Soft as Milk and Cookies earlier in his career. Now, all of a sudden, 30 years done passed by, his hairline done went far away. Ocean receding, epic proportions. Like LeBron and my man Neo over here in the picture. And not only you mention it though, but Nore fucking nigga, you are the bootlickinest nigga in motherfucking New York, bro. Yo, man, what happened to you, bro? Noriega used to be like a hero to me, man. You know what I'm saying? First of all, I'm from the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? But Capone and Noriega, along with Mobb Deep, launched an attack, man. They didn't just let the West Coast kick him while he was down. You know, Corrupt had the dope lines, dope verse, you know what I'm saying, with the New York. And they fired back with the LA, man. And, you know, on some real shit, you know, gangsters recognize and respect gangsters, man, and what they do and real things that real people do. And so, you know, I like that shit. You know, I ain't gonna lie to you. Shit, I like Tim Dog. Shit, I wouldn't give a fuck. That shit was hardcore. But for my man to sit up there, call NWA the destruction of our youth, and then tried to do some gangster shit himself that triple flopped and went wood. Now, 30 years later, here come fucking Noriega giving this bum nigga a platform. This nigga's a bum. Okay? Straight up and down. Like, no holds barred, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Special Ed is a fucking bum. I Got It Made is a bum song. Nigga, with your gold record is bum single, nigga. And then your Renegade fake gangster rap album persona, nigga, was fake, nigga. Pac would have mashed you niggas like everybody else he mashed, nigga. You didn't stick your head out and say nothing about Pac when he was around. You didn't say nothing about NWA when Easy was around. You was busy bootlicking and trying to get on tour with them niggas. Sucker ass nigga. So, you know, you want to disrespect the West Coast years later, man, you can have that, bro. Because, you know, we're not going to join in your reindeer games and start slashing the East Coast, even though them niggas like to say under they shit breath all the time. And fuck Dave East, too. He's a fake Crip, nigga. I don't fuck with that nigga. So, shit. Why don't you go say something to that nigga? He's the destruction of the East Coast, nigga. Him and them non-trade Bloods. Why don't you go spit that rhetoric to them, nigga? New York is the destruction of the country, nigga. If that's the case. You see how stupid that sounds? Wake the fuck up, Special Ed, with your big ass head. You need to be on the goddamn Special Ed little bus, motherfucker, with a helmet on. Because that hairline is kicking like Bruce Lee. West Coast. Yay, yay!
The rap, you will give that to them?
And WA ran away with it in such a way where it was like, for real?
Word.
That's all we gonna do?
Yeah.
You know, it was genius for them and they made millions of dollars off of it, but look at what it caused. You
They
feel
said
me?
fuck police early.
Yeah.
Cause